Hey there, this one's for the Authentic Living members on the Authentic Living website, and I thought I'd share this to the YouTube as well. So I thought I'd start a little series for people in the Authentic Living group. And of course, we've got the open space for those of you who are kind of going deeper with your practice and things. But I thought we'd just start this somehow. And it's been a funny day. So I'm doing something quite radical. The day just started all wrong. In fact, the night was all wrong. You know, one of those nights where it all is just not so. And you don't sleep right and all that sort of thing. Thankfully, I've got no meetings and things today. So I've decided, quite a radical step, at 12:58 in the lunchtime, I suppose, to completely restart the day, because that's something we can do at any moment. And no one need know, even if we were in the midst of being at work and stuff like that. So I'm just sitting for some meditation. Then I'm going to go for a walk, and I'm going to take you along with me for a walk, and we'll have a bit of a chat as we walk along. Thank you for being here. Hey there. So that was great to do a little reset, have a meditate and a cup of tea, begin the day again. As I say, no meetings or anything today, so nobody's business how one lives the day. You do what you got to do, and then get out for a little epic walk, and dress like a person that needs to stay warm, because it's -4 centigrade, which for those of you who operate in Fahrenheit, that's about 24. So not as cold as it will get, but you know, with the dampness that you get with the winters here, it really gets into your bones. Anyway, listen, this is videos for you. I hope you're doing really well. Let's see if this is running okay. Yes, it is. And how are you doing? Let me know how you are in the comments. Let me know how your practice is going. And I thought I'd start a little sort of monthly video series for people in the Authentic Living sort of mailing group. You can just join that by going to our website. Pop-up will come up. You just sign up for that, and you get a little newsletter once a month, and the link for this will be included in there, and some other bits of things. Trying to move over to a bit more of a kind of magazine-y format, so I might be asking for if anybody wants to contribute to that soon, add things to it, recipes and stuff like that. Because that'd be really nice, wouldn't it? We need more sort of communal sort of stuff in this time. And I thought I'd just keep this really short, because I actually do want to be on this walk. But it is lovely having you with me. I've got the river down below, I don't know if you can see, and I found a patch of sun, and that will disappear before too long. Going around this corner right now, but I'm going to go up in a wee while, and so I don't want to be puffing and panting on the camera. And it's a two-hat kind of day, you know, or a hat and a hoodie, and the biggest coat I can find in the wardrobe. So bless you. Thank you for being here, whether it's on the YouTube, the TikTok, or, as I say, the Authentic Living website newsletter, who this is mainly aimed at. And I thought I'd just do a little series on kind of sort of first steps. Actually, you know, you feel like you're drawn towards sort of spiritual practice, or you hear a little voice inside you, or you realize that the world is kind of very out of balance, both in itself and also your way of moving through it, or whatever your reason is, you know, because I don't know what your reason is. So investigating your why is always a good place to kind of begin. But beginning practice is actually much simpler than you might think, because it's not about actually meditation. It's about your relationship with yourself. And so, for example, this is a quiet day for yours truly. And so on these days, because I have to work a regular job and all that sort of stuff, it's not a regular job, but it is a regular job, you know, an out in the world job in the arts. And so on days that are mine, you can live. On days that are yours, you can live your life. Live the life that you want on the days off that you need. So that you have. So what might that mean? I don't know what that means for you. It might mean getting out for a walk. I've got a carrot, apple, coconut water, ginger juice in my bag that I've just made in my cold pressed juicer. Might be that. Warming and deeply nourishing at the same time. Not trying to fill a lifestyle or model anything or copy anything. You might start that way, but it's actually about your life. So in whatever way you can, whether that's having to model on somebody else to begin with, or you can get yourself out for a little walk like this, and as much as you can allow the kind of little whisper of your soul, your intuitive voice rather than your thoughts, to inform you how to go on this day. And so you live your best life this day. You can also choose to do this within the working space as well, as how you sort of come to your work and so on. But you know, we're always saying, if only I had time, I would live my life. If only this, I have my life. But it's all your life, you know? It's all your life. And so really, it's not about meditation. It's not about doing this and this and this and this, but it's about listening to yourself and to the deeper voice inside you, not just the conditional voices that want you to identify with them. And then, as much as you can, seeing if you can create that day for yourself. And as I say, you might look to other people's maps first. Okay, you know, this person there, they're a juicing expert. I see that's really handy. I'll take a bit of that. That person is doing yoga. Okay, I'll try a bit of yoga. Oh, you know, John teaches meditation and a kind of yoga life. Then maybe I'll have a go at that. Oh, you know, he's always talking about creativity as being like the natural expression of your life. Well, you might sort of try your creative out, and just let it be not too serious. Let it be easy for you in its kind of realization through your body. Let it come into your nervous system. And the reason I'm saying this is because when people first turn towards what we might call spiritual practice, and spiritual practice is only the knowing of the true light of self. That's all that it is. But most people try to impose something onto that because they want to end up somewhere. They're trying to rig the game, you know. We'll talk about that another time. It's cold. I'm gonna put my hand in my pocket. Really, what we're looking at is just not trying to project into something, but actually feeling the sense of your own life. So it's not about meditation in any way, but meditation is a brilliant tool. It's not about sort of setting an outcome and trying to get there. I understand that. I understand why people try to do that. I need to be more mindful at work. I need to do this. I need to create this in the world and so on. I'm not saying don't do that. But if you focus on outcomes rather than practice, then really we don't get very far, because we try, and then after a few days we're not seeing the results that we want, and then we kind of give up, and we try year after year after year, like dieting, stuff like that, you know. And actually it's the practice of day by day turning up for yourself in the most easy, natural way, and not being a slouch about being in the easy, natural way, but actually finding some way each day to listen to that little voice inside yourself and then live that life as best you can that day. And then if you want some meditations that help you, support you with that, to help you see how your mind is working, how your emotions are working, how to bring integration to those things that maybe are out of balance or are locked in protector mode, then, you know, we can do that work within the authentic living space, or in the spaces that I teach in, or if you want to come to me, that is, for these things, or on retreats. I'm going to start doing some retreats next year. We've got one in London coming up 16th and 17th of May, and we're looking at maybe one in Peru a month later. This weir here, power of water. We're coming to the end of this path now, and then we're going to turn up onto this road, but I'm going to stop this video in a second. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of connect more, and I realized that for a long time, you know, I've had so much to do that I've kind of missed out on sharing on the YouTube and doing things in my own sweet, simple way. And this has been really calling to me across this year, but there's been so much work to do that I just haven't. I was always thinking, okay, you know, I need a full day to do this, I need to do that, I need to give, like, you know, good content or whatever, and all that's nonsense actually. All I need to do is, if I've got 5 minutes, switch the camera on, you'll have to just take me as you find me, sort of thing. I'm just trying to be here in life, know the light that is throughout, as I tend to call it, but you can call it whatever you want, and then allow that to express itself through this John, you know, through this expression that is put here by that light, in the understanding that I exist, therefore I might as well do something good with it, and that good should be informed by the teaching of the deeper wisdom in the light itself, you know. But that's more open spacey sort of stuff, talking that way, so we won't go too far down that path. I do drift, but lots of love to you. I'm going to plod on because I'm going to start climbing now, and I'll be puffing and panting, and it's a long climb to the next set of woods. Maybe I'll add a tiny bit of video from those woods while I'm up there to put on the end of this. Bless you, take care, see you soon. So I hope you're good, and thank you for joining me on this little walk and talk, and more soon. I might even do some things next year where you can come here and we'll do some walking meditations and walking and meditating in nature, and some creative stuff, some writing, some photography, something like that. You fancy day retreats of walking in the woods and hilltops meditations? But anyway, I'm not I'm only just starting to think about things again. It seems like this way of doing things is kind of coming back into focus, which is fantastic. I hope you're really good. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you those of you who use the meditations and everything. Lots of love to you. Give yourself your own life, and you don't need to tell anybody. We'll talk more about that soon, eh? Lots of love to you. Take care.